Essay of studies. Actually, it was taken from the book Essays or Counsels, Civil and Moral. That is the actual book. Essays or Counsels, Civil and Moral. That is the actual book written by him. From that book, this essay is taken of studies. Here, Francis Bacon explained in a detailed manner to us about the advantages of study. Advantages of study. There are three advantages of reading. By reading, we can get three advantages. What are they? First one is reading gives us delight, happiness in our leisure time and privacy. When we are alone, when we are in getting a leisure time, then that reading gives us so much happiness, and it gives enjoyment and educational purpose also. We can get knowledge regarding to our subjects. This is the first use of reading books. Next, it helps us to speak and communicate more efficiently. So by reading the books, we can get more knowledge and we can speak and communicate with the others in an effective manner or efficiently. And next one, third one, to deal with our problems of life more effectively. That means whenever we face our problems, because of the knowledge we got by reading, we can take decisions about the problems of life and we can solve our problems. So to deal with our problems, to solve our problems more effectively, reading helps us. That's why the people who got education easily can solve the problems they face in their life. Here, professional experts deal successfully with particular cases. Professional experts means the people who got more education, who read more books, they can solve their cases easily. And the great experienced persons also, they come to the educated persons because educated persons have more knowledge. These three are advantages. One is gives a delight in our leisure time and privacy, means in alone, if you are in alone. It helps us to speak and communicate more efficiently. That is the second advantage of reading. And the third one is to deal with our problems more effectively. These are the three advantages of reading books. Next one, disadvantages of reading. The people who are continuously involved in reading, who spend most of the time for reading, they get some disadvantages. Disadvantages of reading. Spending too much time for reading books makes a man lazy. If a person spends so much time for reading, the person will become a lazy person. Such type of people make a show of their learning. That means they are boasting about themselves. I read for so many hours. I am a great person. Like that, they make a show of their learning. They say about themselves they are great. Such type of tendency means behavior that I am great should be avoided by the scholars. Scholars means the people who are getting much education. Too much reading should not separate them from their practical application to real life. So the people who are getting more knowledge by reading for so many hours together, whatever the knowledge they got, they should apply it for a practical application to real life. Whatever the knowledge they got by reading, they have to apply it to real life. Whatever the knowledge they got, that should be helpful to them in their real life. Too much reading should not separate them from their practical application to real life. Scholars study as knowledge should be guided by experience of life. That means whatever the knowledge they got in their education, so that should be guided by experience of life. So knowledge should be useful in their real life. That means whatever the problems they face in their life, the problem should be solved by the knowledge they got. That's why the knowledge of the people should be guided by experience of life. Now, others said that knowledge is not for criticizing others. Some people are there. After reading so many books, getting so much knowledge, they always quarrel with others. They criticize others. What others are saying is wrong. They argue with others. So, Adar is saying that by getting knowledge, by reading the books, we should not criticize others and we should not argue with others. And we should not believe all the things we read in the books. So, whatever we read in the books, we should not read. We have to go through it and what is right and what is wrong. We have to estimate. Critical judgment is very, very important. We have to take the right thing in that manner, in that way. We have to find out who are the great others and who are not great others. So critical judgment, whatever is read by us, we should not believe in it, and we have to estimate which is right and which is wrong. Now, third part, first advantages and disadvantages. By reading, by spending so much time for reading, persons will become lazy, and some people do not apply the knowledge they got to their real life. They have to they have to apply their knowledge to their real life activities. And knowledge is not for criticizing others. That is a disadvantage. And we should not believe whatever we read. We have to judge what is right and what is wrong. Now, third point the other discussed is reading a different types of books in a different manner. So different types of books are there in this world. All the books are not useful to us. For example, magazines, novels, short stories, Chandamama, Balamitra, such type of books which give entertainment, amusement to us. But continuously we should not read all the books, all the pages together. Some books we have to taste. Some books are tasted. That's why see here. Some books are to be tasted. Others means some other books to be swallowed. And some few to be chewed. We have to chew and digest. And they should be digested. So others said that what are the different books? How we have to read them in a different manner. Some books are to be read parts. That means what here? All the books, we should not read the total pages of the book. Some pages we can skip, some pages we can turn. We need not read all the pages of the books. Some books should be read, parts of them only. Some books need not be read completely, though they fulfill our curiosity. Some books are very interesting books. Suppose some books are there, Setara, Swati, some novels are there. They are very, very interesting. We completely observe in those books, but those books are not useful to us. That's why, though they are very interesting, we should not read them thoroughly, completely. And some books are there to be read and digested because the form and the content of them is very, very important. My dear students, some books we have to read thoroughly. See here, some books should be read thoroughly. See here, reading different types of books in a different manner. Some books are to be read in parts. Some pages only we have to read. We can skip the pages of the books. Some books need not be read completely, though they are giving so much interest to us, though they fulfill our curiosity. That means we are getting so much interest while we are reading the books. But the information in the books is not important to us. That's why we should not read them completely and thoroughly. Some books are to be read and digested because their form and content, the matter, the sentences or the knowledge of the sentences is very, very important to us. That's why some books we have to read thoroughly and we have to digest in their mind. That means the books related to our subject, our education, particularly students of second year, you have to read all the books, English, Sanskrit, maths, physics, chemistry, the knowledge of all the books thoroughly. We have to chew information of those books, and we have to digest and keep in our mind, because the content is very very important. But at the time of examination, you have to present the information properly. That's why others said that some books we have to read some parts of the books, parts only, parts of the book only we have to read. Some books, though they are interesting, we should not read completely. But some books we have to read thoroughly, we have to chew them, and we have to digest them, because they are very very important for our education. Now, see here. Others said that reading makes a full man. These are the two important quotations given by Aga. Reading makes a full man. When a person reads the books, if he reads more books, he will get more knowledge. He will become a full man, complete man. Conference means discussion. A ready man, the person who is speaking, will make me a ready man, ready to argue with others, ready to participate in the discussion, debate, all those things. And writing, an exact man, the person who writes what he read. If he involves himself in the writing, he will become an exact man. So far, Agar has explained to us the advantages, the disadvantages, which type of books, and how much part of it them we have to read. Agar said three main points: advantages, disadvantages, which type of books, how, in which manner we have to read. Now, Agar here clearly said we are going to get so many advantages by reading the books. Now, my dear students, see here. Studies cure the diseases of mind. Here, the advantages of study by reading the books, how medicines cure the diseases of the person, and the diseases of the mind. That means some disturbances are there in our mind. Those disturbances cause for our unhappiness, or because of those disturbances we can get diseases also. So by reading some books, the diseases of mind will be cured. For example, others said that if you read books of history, we can enhance wisdom, we can increase wisdom. Wisdom means in a clear manner, thinking in a wise manner, thinking in a proper manner. So wisdom will be increased if you read history books. By reading poetry, you can increase imagination. Imagination power of your mind is increased. Imagination means guess. By reading poetry, we can improve the imagination of our brain. By doing maths, makes one clever, you will become a clever person, and your mind will be very quick, and grasping power is improved. So by doing maths, a person will become clever and quick in grasping, understanding. By reading the reasoning books and relating to the speaking, the books makes a man argue well. So if you read the reasoning books and effective speaking, the books relating to effective speaking, you can argue, you can discuss, you can participate in a discussion very nicely. Natural science, by reading the natural science, the depth of the mind is increased. That means you are able to think properly. The capacity of the mind is increased. And morality, the books relating to moral values, you will become a serious person. Some people are there always talking, always unnecessarily talking. So the people who read the books of moral values, they will be grave and they will be serious. That means they will be calm and silent. Whenever time is required, then only they will speak. Unnecessarily they won't speak. Now here, Agar also mentioned that physical exercises cure the defects of the body. So if you face some defects in our body, by doing exercises, those defects we can remove. In the same way, the defects of our mind also we can remove by doing something regarding to subjects. So mathematics, if you do, it cures the mind wandering. Mind wandering means some people's mind is not stable. the mind is moving from one topic to other topic. It is not stable. That means you are not able to pay concentration and attention on something at that time. By doing mathematics, you can control your mind. And now, scholastic philosophy. Scholastic philosophy means ancient philosophy. By reading the books of ancient philosophy, you can be free from confused thinking. Your thinking is confused. That means you are not able to think properly. That is called confused thinking. So if you read the books of philosophy, you can come out from that confused thinking. Next, study of law. If you read the books of law, so bad memory, so you are not able to remember anything. So such a type of bad memory you will remove from your mind. That means you can remember forever all the things whatever you read. When you read law books. Now here other mentioned that exercises will help our body. So different types of exercises, how they help our body. In the same way, different types of books also will cure the diseases of mind. For example, bowling, cricket ball. Bowling, if you do, what will happen? Bowling is good for kidneys, our body part, kidneys. Shooting the arrows or shooting bullets, good for lungs, and walking is good for digestion. How these exercises will cure the diseases, will give benefit to us in the same manner. By reading the different books, we can remove the different defects of our mind. So finally Adar is saying that by reading books, one can get a lot of benefits, one can get so much happiness, one can make himself great person in the society. So in this lesson Adar explained very clearly. So all the sentences seem to be very short, the essays seem to be very short, the sentences seem to be very short, but in the sentence so much meaning is there, and one sentence we can expand it into so many sentences. So other mentioned conciseness and pithy and aphorism. Aphorism means using small words which explain so much meaning. Such a type of style of writing is aphorism. Aphorism means small sentences which can be developed, which can be expanded into so many sentences. So in that way, Adar explained the importance of studies to us. My dear students, I hope you understood the lesson very much. So go through it and you prepare well for your benefit. Means for getting more marks in the examination and knowing, getting a knowledge about the lesson. Thank you, one and all. Have a nice day.